There is a well-known scientific joke. Considering that the oceans, seas, rivers, and lakes cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface, it should be called not the Earth, but the water. And it makes sense. If you think about it, it is evident that water is everywhere around us. You can hardly find a person who doesn't know that water, when heated, starts to boil, and when cooled, freezes. It turns out this is not true. High temperature does not make water boil, as well as a low temperature does not make it freeze. From our school age, we remember that if you heat water to 100 degrees centigrade, it will boil. Cool it to 0, and it will freeze. However, as any rule, this one has its buts and ifs. It all depends on pressure. For example, high in the mountains, water boils at a lower temperature like 70 to 80 degrees. This same applies to ice. At a high pressure, it starts melting down. Yet, water can change its qualities even at normal air pressure. Firstly, don't try to repeat our experiment. It is dangerous. Secondly, as we don't assume you will follow our advice, we will deliberately conceal part of our conditions required for it. So let's go. We take a glass of distilled water and heat it in the microwave for 5 minutes at the maximum 800 watts power. It just looks like hot water, but if you put a spoonful of coffee or sugar in it, that's what happens. It boils off. Quite impressive, yeah? But the question is, why? For usual boiling, we need bubbling centers. They are substances in the water or unevenness of the vessel where small bubbles of air group. When water is heated in a microwave, there is an overheated liquid effect. It jumps quickly over the temperature limit of 100 degrees. As the water is distilled without any substances and the glass walls are smooth, there are no bubbling centers and their function is performed by foreign matter, for example coffee. Just a couple of granules and water will boil immediately. Firstly, you can conduct our next experiment at home. Secondly, we will show all of its details and nuances so that you can really do it. Let's go. We put bottles with distilled water in a freezing chamber for 2 hours. We take the bottles out, and nothing. It's just water, no ice. And that's at -18 for 2 hours. Yet, if we do this, ice will appear immediately right in front of us. The effect is opposite to quickly boiling water, as this water freezes quickly. But the question is the same. How is it possible? To become ice, water needs crystallization centers, something it will freeze around. Sand grains, extra substances. In distilled, it is completely clean water. There are no impurities, so it remains liquid. However, if it is hit or shaken, air dissolved in water effervesces and the water crystallizes around it. Another fascinating effect. If you pour this overcooled distilled water on ice cubes, you'll see stalactites frozen on them. The physics of this process is the same. When there is crystallization center, ice appears almost immediately.